Well, 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 well. Where are the actors?
Wolfgang was born to direct this movie, and for me there simply could not have been another director. He also brings a wonderful sense of humour, which obviously not every director has.
I have a lot of fun in making movies. I still goes all the way back when I was very young, like 12 years old or so, and I said I want to be a movie director. It's still there.
Welcome to our beautiful world.
I've worked on some pretty big films, but you know, this is definitely an epic story. It really couldn't have been done by anyone who didn't have a sense of big story and a big epic style film.
I think that this is a perfect movie for him because even though he is truly a magician when it comes to technical aspects of filmmaking, he is really an old-fashioned storyteller.
This is an ensemble piece with 10 or 12 great characters, and to cast that was fascinating. The actors we have are just unbelievable. I think that's the thing I'm the most proud of, I think, of all of what we did here as the cast.
And Wolfgang, he's on top of it. He's meticulous over the smaller things.
Reading the script, you know it's the Iliad, you know it's a 10-year war, you know it's Greeks versus Trojans, but I still never saw it to this kind of scope and this kind of scale. And that's absolute credit to Wolfgang and his vision of the thing.
The approach, what makes it good for an audience today is it's a very blood, sweat, and tears, very realistic approach. You see thousands of people actually fighting, and you see that it's painful.
And action!
The battle sequences within this film are obviously beyond. I mean, they're massive. Talking about 50,000 Greeks lining the shores of Troy.
How would it feel to be in the midst of these battles?
Battle of the Arrows, that's our big sort of showcase battle. That's with basically 70,000 Greeks against 30,000 Trojans. Huge scale.
Trained about 1,100 people, 1,200 people in total, and we have to make them trained enough so that they can be moved and fight and coordinated as an army.
Stand to! Attention!
It's all in the rehearsals. I'm a great believer in having a lot of rehearsal time, a lot of prep time. With this film, we rehearsed for 6 weeks. The shooting should be easier in that you know exactly what's going to happen. At least everyone knows what the plan is.
Prepare for battle, battle positions, and then this form. Battle position!
The challenge was always the scale of the battles, and also just we don't want to bore an audience. You have to make it look different.
When Hector fights Achilles, the biggest fight of the movie, the great clash of these two big heroes, we feel this is the monumental fight of all the fights we show in this story.
I've seen this moment in my dreams.
All of the actors who had to deal with fighting had to go through training, especially, of course, Brad Pitt and Bana, who had to do these amazing fighting scenes.
Wolfgang is very, very direct about we can't use doubles. We have to do everything ourselves, which is really cool. You just hope that when people see the fights that they can tell that it's us and not a stuntman.
And every single shot you see in the movie, by the way, with our two guys, Brad and Eric, fighting, they did themselves.
You know, every now and then you get on a film where everyone seems to be at the top of their game, and I would say that was true in this one, from the director on down. And we had a stunt coordinator and his boys, which were as good as I've ever seen.
The fight scenes themselves have I know they've spent months and months and months choreographing them, and we obviously spent a lot of time actually learning them, but I think the hardest part is the work that they've put into creating them.
Ready, and...
no son of Troy will ever submit to a foreign ruler.
Then every son of Troy shall die.